Hello there. Welcome one, welcome all. Thank you guys for stopping by so early, as we are just starting here. Today we're going to be playing some forts, so I look forward to some good old-fashioned explosions and good vibes. How you guys doing today? Want to say hello to chat? Hello there. All the notification squad coming in. Chris, Justin, B, Luno, Tangent, Spy Team, Noah, Machine Gewehr, V1, Chan, Epic Gamer Person, Irish Repo Man, welcome in. Making AI? I am not currently making an AI. However, for those who haven't yet seen it, there is an AI tournament coming up starting next week. Next Saturday at 8 p.m. CEST. That'll be a nice middle of the day for me. Mid-afternoon, or early afternoon? Mid-afternoon-ish for me. For all who are looking to get involved. This one's actually really good. It's sponsored by... We have... Boy, why? Anderson, and gave me a specific name to use. I believe he wanted me to use Kalijah Anderson. Those who recognize the name here, one of the longer-term community members. And, well, he sponsored a $1,000 prize pool, so we're going to be having some extra excitement for the tournament. But that'll be next weekend. This weekend, right now, we have good old-fashioned games with the crew. Your dangle win this time? Oh god, are you doing another dangle? I want to ask how long is the dangle, but that's going to get some extra glances that are unnecessary. AI 20s are always hilarious. They are, and unlike previous times, we're actually going to be splitting it across. If you guys noticed the announcement, it's a 2-weekend thing because we're doing a more round-robin style. So it'll be pretty much every AI versus every AI, so we won't have the rock, paper, scissors style concepts where, oh no, my AI got wiped out because it just so happened to get beaten by the guy who just did the one thing my AI didn't account for. No, it'll actually be trying out the AI against everyone else, so you have a better averages of how the AIs do. But also, hello there, Hawklight. How is the new dorm room working out for you? The new neighbors too rowdy? Hello there, Andromeda. Colony of Vans, welcome in, welcome in. Peace from Germany, peace from Germany. Good evening, good night, I should say. Hey there, Takashi, welcome in. Alright, got one more slot open in the lobby. It's functional, that's all you need. You know what? Fair enough, fair enough. That is truly all you need. Wi-Fi is scuffed? Oh yeah. Once you find out, it gets even more scuffed once you find out that, oh no, the university main IP address has been banned in like every public place. Like, you tried logging into Reddit, but your IP banned because someone got IP banned at the university dorm, God knows how long ago, and now everyone can't go create a Reddit account. It's ridiculous. Is the number of AIs already public? I would assume so. I know Kronk was talking about it at some point, and I don't know if it has changed. It's probably available. The number is probably available somewhere. I just don't know what that number is. 20 plus? Yes. It is 20 plus. There's going to be a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean I'm not doing all of them. I mean, I'm doing some of them. Zaltzvak is doing is doing some of them, and we're gonna have multiple people casting multiple sets of AIs across multiple weekends. It's gonna be a lot of AI, and we're very, very much looking for it. It's quite literally the biggest AI competition with extra bonus pool and motivation, like a focus on creativity rather than just winning. Like, it's going to be the best, most hype AI tournament we've ever done, like, to date, and I'm all for it. So now we're streaming tomorrow for the first round. That's almost a yes. Sadly, your uni doesn't do Ethernet in the dorms, so you're sad. So what you're saying is you need to learn how to be an IT guy, so you can do Ethernet for yourself. You get to figure it out on the way doing comp sci stuff. You know, actually, comp sci doesn't teach any of that, which is disappointing because they really should. But alas, it is something that is good to know. Very good to know. For unsurprising reasons. Okay, and then I just slap this guy. This guy? Yeah, this guy I'll do. Here. This is why you're doing your comp CIA plus A plus certifications in your degree. Yeah. You have ports, they don't work. Ah, interesting. Makes me wonder what happened that they would disable the ports, because obviously they thought about having ports at some point because they put the ports in. But I'm guessing something probably happened with the students and they were like, this is too expensive, or this is just not worth it. Students are abusing it in some way. Either way, that no hard internets for you. Someone did something at some point. Yes. It would seem so. You heard from the upperclassmen that used to be thing. Oh, it's a recent change too. Oof. That's even more painful. Is water real? You know, some questions have more questions than answers. Can a cannon fit in here? No. But this can, which I didn't expect. And I'm gonna do that now. Let's do this. Alright, let's get this guy here, this guy here. I'm likely to need to adjust this at some point. But for the moment, this will suffice. Get us some good old-fashioned coverage. And keep building. How much was my tuition? That's a darn good question. It changed drastically over the years. And I should remember this because I had to pay it all out of pocket. But I don't quite remember it. It was something like 5,000 a semester? Which was painful, but makeable, and I did it. So much less than any of you. Yeah, I didn't go to a fancy college. I went to I went to Florida International University, which good enough without being over the top expensive, you know? As a Floridian, you hate Florida. Understandable. Many Floridians are on that same wavelength. You and Flynn map, oh no. Got a friend at U Miami. I spent a lot of time at U Miami. U Miami, however, is definitely one of those universities that's horrendously overpriced for what it is. Like, it's not terrible. It's just when to put it in perspective, my degree. Oh, they're Warthog. Okay. My degree, as for CS, was better at FIU than the CS degrees at U Miami. Like, as someone who had extensive experience at U Miami, the U Miami courses were just, and facilities were just worse than FIU, while U Miami was like between 2 and 3 times more expensive. So I have zero qualms about U Miami's caliber. Like, it's a fine school, but I genuinely would not go there for any other reason than partying. They had better parties, that's for sure. Oh, a beautiful cannon shot. Your parents paid for the entirety of your education. Words cannot express gratitude. Yeah. That's a good time. Mild envy, but also good job. The cannons from the teammate are singing, and it's a great time. I did my job, mostly. I defeated my direct opponent. Oh. Having to pay for education still seems weird to you. I mean, there is no place in the world where education is free. It's just a matter of who pays for it. In the United States, the students who are getting educated pay for it. which, statistically not the ideal solution, but it is at least a, functional solution. In the US, it makes certain people a lot of money. That it does. That it does. That's, I have opinions on the matter. I'm going to steer away from those opinions because it's only going to make me less happy. Thankfully, your uni offers need blind aid. You know, that would be... It's an interesting idea. Computer science? Yes, computer science. You didn't get assistance at all for your first year? Understandable. You had to pay like 30K out of pocket. I always question, what could motivate you to go to a university that charges... God. The cloud. You madman. As I was saying, what could motivate you to go to a university that charges 30K for a semester? Because... Oh, 30K for first year, so that's 2 semesters. 15K a semester. That's... I mean, I guess that's... I've seen... That's still ridiculous. You didn't realize it costed 30K until after you paid for it? Oh, my dude. You gotta read what you're signing up for. Like, they don't even hide... That's not even the sneaky stuff that the universities... It's not even the sneaky stuff the universities throw in there, man. Like, they tell you that up front. And then they throw in all the additional stuff. Oh, 15K is cheap nowadays. It isn't cheap, but it isn't uncommon. If you want a cheap education, you go to like a local college. You can get yourself a bachelor's degree for much less than 15K a semester. It's not prestigious, but 90% of the time, nobody cares anyways. You're getting it so that it's basically a license to work. You go where you go because of grad school and job connections. That and the curriculum design. Yes. You graduated last year. You love the sense of community in college. Much better than the high school for me. Oh, yeah. Have I tried competitive programming? Yes. I didn't stick around in competitive programming as I was too busy having a job. But I have tried it, and it is fun. It is interesting. If it's not a STEM degree, that is not worth the money in the first place. Wall Street exec even said that. Even if it's a STEM degree, I have a hard time justifying most degrees. Someone who can tell you from experience, a lot of the most successful STEM degree students and friends that I've had over my life got their degrees and paid by working in the field, as in they worked in the STEM field to pay their way to getting a degree. That's how they got their degrees. At which point the degree was meaningless because they had been working in the field for 5-6 years. They just either continued working at the job they already had or moved on to a better job and just put on their resume that they worked at a previous job for 5-6 years. You know, you ever looked at an application and said, "Oh, here's an entry-level job fresh out of university where you need 4 years of experience working in the field." Yeah, those kind of guys. So like, At that point, you don't need a degree because you've already been working in the field for years, literally. Big part of it costs you lots because people will pay that much to be able to get a degree. Complaining about it won't stop them. You are correct, yes. After like 5+ years in the industry, people don't care about your degree. Yeah, even day one. Like, so I've told this story. I've told this story before of like various places I've worked. The best places I've worked always had a what to describe as a degree agnostic method of determining whether or not you should be hired. Basically, they would hire you just on the spot and then test you out by putting you into a virtual team, or is what one of the places called it, a virtual team. Basically, they would try you out, and then on just a new hire team, and then once you have been tested, they would gauge what level of skills you had, and then from the new hire team, you would get poached by actual teams. Like actual developments or teams or whatnot that do the actual work. And if you were poachable because you did good enough work, then congratulations, you got to stay in the company. If you were not poachable, then, well, you don't get to stay in the company. And when I say poached, I mean, it doesn't matter what you claimed you were good at when you got hired. The amount of times I saw people get hired say, oh yeah, I want to be a developer to code software, and then ended up on the marketing team because they just didn't have the skills to be a developer, was pretty... There was some substantial regularity with that particular outcome. So that's just how that worked. That is not an uncommon experience across the industry. Like, it really, even day one, it comes down to what skills you have rather than your degree. Like, the degree is just a piece of paper. It has very little meaning. Especially these days, companies have learned that the degree is almost meaningless and that they have to do their own research into a person to determine whether someone is worth hiring. That's just the state of the world today. It is what it is. Engineering undergrad ended up... That's kind of what happened to your dad. Engineer undergrad ended up in marketing. To be clear, there's nothing wrong with ending up in marketing. Like, it's just that most people either aren't good at what they claim to be good at, or aren't trained. It's not that it's to say worse, like it's a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. And it's why... One of the reasons why universities are not trusted anymore, because universities are giving out degrees and generally leaving incompetent people out the door. So what does everyone else have to do? They have to compensate by double checking. What do we find out? Oh no, the people that are being hired to do a thing can't do the thing. Not big surprise. Goodbye. Cut him off at the knees. Your friend did an undergrad in microbiology, ended up doing programming. Yeah. At least that one's a fun transition, it sounds like. Alright, I see weakness detected. It touched the core, but didn't kill it. Teammate, finished. I'm going to make the assumption that was not on purpose, because I saw that one coming. But I'm going to be extraordinarily displeased with Cloud. Also, stability tech for the win. Isn't his angle? Oh, I know exactly what happened there, Cloud. I saw it coming a mile away. I'm just disappointed that you managed to mess that shot up so poorly. That hurt immensely, by the way. Yeah, he doesn't regret the 200k degree that doesn't help. Oof. I mean, it isn't helping his current career, but it is still education. And education is good. Well, hello there. If it isn't Travis coming in and rejoining the incursion. Congratulations, friend, you regained all those beautiful emotes once again. Welcome back. How you doing today? What exactly happened there? He built his cannon too tall, tried to get an angled shot on the opponent, and accidentally hit the teammate's core. As you know, we do have pretty harsh anti-team killing rules here, but of course that one was. This one, I am fully confident was not on purpose. So, Cloud is safe from the banhammer. But I still reserve the right to be disappointed. I realize he has shields all over the place, but I'm going to keep him honest. Oh, ho, ho, I got it underneath. Okay. Alright, you let it go. There's love in chat for Travis coming back. Welcome up. Alright, so if you guys want to see Cloud's Folly. We'll see the path here. Where is it? It starts here, where he fires this cannon and then misses. So he tries to fire the next cannon, which is finishing construction right now. And, of course, now has to quick aim at the next target, which is directly above, right here. And then he does the exact same thing over here when this one finishes. Hey, Dad! Welcome in. How you doing today? So, Cloud, now if you notice a problem here, see how these cannons are aiming up and coming out right underneath this cannon here? Just right below the core? Guess where this cannon has to aim in order to hit this guy? The answer is through the teammate's core. But he doesn't realize that. Not until he went through the teammate's core. So, it happens. It's just... I still reserve the right to be disappointed. and to give him a little bit of public shaming. Just a little bit. Even if it was on purpose, it's funny. If it's on purpose, it's not funny. But because that gets real banal real quick and disappointing for the people who has to experience it. As we have Patrick F coming in and rejoining the incursion for 49 months. Welcome back, Nachos and Forts. Oh my, nachos. You got any kind of dip? I know cheese is the stereotype, but like I'm a big fan of salsa. One of my best friends makes amazing salsa with that extra spicy. So tasty. You'll share one tip for those trying to get into tech workforce from college. Sell yourself, with your experiences being the support to get your foot in the door. Don't sell your degree. Yes, I say that all the time. Do the job you're trying to get into. And once you're in the job, then you start asking yourself, why do I need the degree? But nevertheless, Mom's watching too? Yeah! Oh, since you're here, for those who have been keeping up and keeping around, you may know that my father does music, and we mention it every so often. Let's see. Where is the link to your latest one? Because here we have a new song uploaded by Incursus Senior, who does a music band. Look, very own incursion grade garage band. Of course, I have the audio muted because it is a cover of a song which I do not have the copyright for. But when I say you guys should check this out when I say this, because literal like professional grade musicians, which is always fun to have. And yes, they are very loud in the garage. If you guys want to check out this for yourself, I will be posting the link in chat as we get going to the next round. Now, which one is Dad Curse's only one way to find out? He wasn't even going that far. You're just trying to say for the initial interview, you got into the interview because you had college. You know, for others you struggled before, not. Ah, okay. My experience isn't that. My experience is you get the interview because you were doing something in the field already. Not because of the college. But I will say that there are definitely a lot of people. That is the one thing I do credit universities for. University is... It does quite well at getting you in front of people. At networking. Which is not really degree related, but nevertheless. Beans, queso, pico, jalapenos. A little bit of spicy. You were saying college is something in the field. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I think we're saying the same thing with slightly different wording. Or at least similar enough. I understand that typing it out in text doesn't translate as well as being able to just speak on the fly. We do have one more slot open in the lobby for those who are looking to come and join. It depends on the company. Sometimes they go through HR for the first interview and they may require they have a degree because they have no idea what they actually need to hire. Most of the time that happens because they get like 300 applicants and they want to cut them down to like 10 for interviews. And the easiest way to do that, like the first, just algorithmic, just chop out anyone who doesn't have a degree. It's less to do with whether or not they know what they're looking for than they just don't want to deal with 300 interviews. Hello there, John Black. Welcome in. That is why I consider that's why I always like to that's why I tend to make the semi joke that degrees are licenses to work, because if you don't have a degree then you just don't make it in the door, because you just get chopped out with the rest of the 300 that get algorithmically dropped. At least if you're doing cold calling stuff. A vast majority of the time, like actual successful jobs come from already being in the door and being cross-hired by another company or some such. You don't get in the door by having a degree. You get in the door by doing something like working for a company as an intern, or and this is a good one for universities. Speaking to your professors who have connections at universities, and they can say, hey, here's a student that's promising, he's actually making steps toward moving forward. Try hiring this student in particular as an intern, and then you get in the door, and then you can say, hey, I'm working at this business, potentially making this much money, and I want to actually be hired as a full-time employee at that business. Here's my resume. Doesn't matter if I have a degree or not, because I've been working in the field for 2 or 3 years. You had friends who had engineering professors and insisted that 20% of their classes would get Fs. Oof. That's rough. Yeah, those professors are not... Those professors tend to be counterproductive. It's like they force the grades rather than teach the students. At least they tend to. That's the stereotype, at least. Make sure your school has a solid internship program. Sure, I mean, yeah. My school didn't really have that. It sounds nice. It's not really necessary so much as you gotta be the internship program. What's going on with that one Russian player? It's probably well, I'm assuming they're Russian. It's Cyrillic text, so I'm assuming they're Russian. But it's probably because they're Russian or at least Eastern European, and therefore have Eastern European latency to the Americas. It's usually how that goes. You hate entry-level 3+ year ads. Yeah, well, I mean, think about it this way. You have to adjust yourself to today's market. Today's market wants 3+ year experience for entry-level jobs, which means you need to have 3+ years of experience to compete in today's market for an entry-level job. So do that. That's the obvious solution to the problem. Connecting via dial-up? No, just connecting via 300 millisecond ping. Like, that's nothing unusual. So we call normal internet behaviors. You haven't played multiplayer yet. What are the symbols next to your name? Different badges. There are in-game achievements you can complete, or I guess more accurately, there are achievements you can do for completing events. There are a few in-game achievements like completing the campaign that'll get you a badge, but a vast majority of the badges are tournament competition victories, some such. Anything that really notable, if there's anything that you do that makes you stand out in the gaming community, at least for forts, then you get a public badge next to your name. And, well, some of us have a lot of badges, just to put it lightly. Hey, Raider, how you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. And you have a good night, a good evening so far. Alright, as Is there anything else I need here, or are we just moving along? We're moving along. All right, great. Love to see it. You had a fantastic night. I've had a good night so far as well. Enjoying myself, looking forward to an even better night of video game. And, well, maybe an even better weekend tomorrow. Starting tomorrow. But that's the kind of stuff to talk about in DMs. I've had as much as my yesterday ended up with some, less than fun story making. Today has had a little bit more excitement. And as much as chat loves gossip, I refuse to open that particular can of worms right now. What's my second least favorite holiday? That is oddly specific, and I don't know how to answer that question. I've literally never thought about it enough to answer that question. Second least favorite holiday. So that first requires me to have a least favorite holiday, and then a second least favorite holiday. I do not have the mental capacity to judge holiday and rate holidays while doing the actions that I'm doing right now on stream. I think that is about as honest of an answer as I can give at this point in time. You enjoy asking that question because sometimes it breaks people. You know, I can see why. And that's a vibe I can understand. I love asking people those kind of questions too. It's genuinely a good time. And again, I also like messing with people. Looking forward to Starfield? Not really. I don't doubt that it's a reasonable game. It seems fine to me. I mean, I don't mind the idea. If I were to sum up my expectations, I would imagine Skyrim in space, which, you know what? That's fine. I prefer Skyrim in space to just Skyrim. I'm also not really looking forward to it beyond it existing. Who did we eliminate? One of the newer players, and they left the game, which is understandable. So one player eliminated. I need way more energy. We gotta invest in those renewables. Looking forward to it a lot. Oh, Raider, I would imagine it is 100% your kind of game. Like, it looks like it would be super fun for you. Alright, we're already gonna need to readjust here. Okay, I also need to get anti-air going. You grew up on those games? Yeah, no, it does. I like the idea. It's just on the list of games that I'm trying to run through in 2023. It's not super high priority, and therefore it's on the back burner. And it is a Skyrim type game, so I'm sure it's going to be just fine. I will say I tend to not gravitate towards Skyrim style games. Instead, but I do gravitate towards space-like games, and like we're talking Elite Dangerous, super into Elite Dangerous, those kind of games. You know, I've seen Infinity Battlescape. Starfield, not like any of those games, to my understanding, which is probably for the best. But it does mean that it doesn't quite pique my interest in the same way that games like that games like Elite Dangerous would. Okay, we're gonna start that process. We can no longer engage targets here, so we're gonna have to swap. Like Mass Effect? Yes, like Mass Effect. I was gonna say, like, exactly. That is a good description. I like that description. This man tried to shoot me. You can tell because it sounded very angry. Alright. Is this a good enough angle? No. No, it is not. We need to do some more finer tuning here. Stop it. Let's actually get a couple of these going here. So many good games coming out. I know, it's actually ridiculous. How could you miss? Oh, hey. That player isn't completely a known threat. Alright, the machine gun wall is doing things. Machine gun wall. Alright, let's get this building up. I need to go more this way. Well, that sounded painful for whoever experienced it. Not sure who experienced it, but it was on the opponent's side. That makes me happy. Dark Tide update with it? Oh my god, I'm looking forward. It's still a ways out, but the Dark Tide update looks amazing. I say, he's like, Raider, you haven't even seen the, you really haven't played the latest one, have you, with Auric? The new Auric difficulties? Auric Operator? Sadly, it's not for another month. Yeah, I know. Sadly. Talent trees excite you as a former WoW player. Oh, no. Yeah, it's gonna be something, and I'm all for it. Between the new classes and the talent trees and all that, it's gonna be a great time. Elite Dangerous sadly stopped being fun after the mods grind. Yeah, you know, that's exactly what happened. I ended up uninstalling Elite Dangerous after, shortly after the combat, when the combat really died out. If you remember I forget what it was called. It was an arena where you could just do dogfights. When that stopped being a thing, I stopped playing. The engineering update that added crazy amounts of stuff and grinds did not make me happy. Win more Dark Tide before update. I could, but, well, you know me. I don't usually stream Dark Tide, but I do play it. So, like, is good time. Hello there, Lord and Savior Gonk. Welcome in. That player has no idea what weapons do what. Get a Raider in with us as well. Yes. But I'm a ruin Raider's sleep schedule, bringing her in at like 1 in the morning. Bring it, yeah. Sisters of Battle. It's like, hey, we can't win this one. Bring in the Sister of Battle at 1 in the morning. You're just absolutely not surprised that Fat Shark botched their launch of Darktide. Their games are fun, but you detest their monetization. I am not surprised that Fat Shark, I'm going to describe, botched their launch of Darktide. But for different reasons. Fat Shark is notorious for having... They're notorious for the, I'm going to describe, early access style of development, where they release the game far from their desired endpoint, and then just develop it over the next couple years, which is fine, but they don't advertise it as such. So, CQC Arena, yes, the CQC Arena. When that went away, I was not pleased. When I say went away, I don't mean they literally got rid of it. I mean, it stopped being popular, like it just didn't work. About to have a lot more free time. Oh? Is university winding down? Changing your hobby schedules? Is any studio known for releasing feature-complete, stable, well-optimized games? Hey, Baldur's Gate 3? Deep Rock Galactic was another good one, although Deep Rock Galactic has had a constant, almost live service level of updates. Let's see. Like there are examples out there. I mean, they're not... I guess feature complete is not the correct description of those games, but they are generally not buggy, generally well received, generally feature rich. Minecraft, don't you dare. Just don't. You could not describe Minecraft as... What do you mean not buggy? Deep Rock Galactic, the buggiest game. The buggiest game since Starship Troopers. Alright, guys. Gonna need a little help support on the anti-air department. Just a little bit. Have you seen the trailer for Helldivers 2? I have. I'm still not super into the Helldivers gameplay loop, but I have seen it, and I recognize that it is popular for good reason. Stop blocking your flash shots at the lasers, that might help. Yes, that might help. I'm not doing it on purpose, mind you. It's just a coincidence. What just happened? And why did it explode? This man's straight building exposed weaponry. There we go. Player removed. Alright, let's do this. Time management and hard work. Little radiation of everyone. Hey there, James Ross coming in with the nuclear launch. Can we get some love in chat for James Ross coming in with that radioactive support? What am I drinking tonight? Honestly, water. I don't know why I'm feeling water tonight. Not even leaf water, just straight water. Alright. Got him! Laser from the sky. You actually had a lot of crashing and bugs with DRG when you first got it a year ago. It's rock solid now. Interesting. It's quite the rare experience. You love Arnold Palmer's? Understandable. Alright, so no more mines there for you. Now I commit laser beam from space again. And break his base. Why not see? I just wasn't feeling it. Which is a weird thing for me. Typically, I'm like all about everything tea. And I'm just like, you know, today, I took a glass of water, and that was it. I was like, this is my drink for tonight. I'm happy about this.
Time management and hard work. A little radiation of everyone.
Just hold on, hold on. Beef water, it's blood, oh no. Oh, jeez. Tried sweet tea? I'm actually not a big fan of sweet tea. I prefer my tea unsweet. Alrighty, have a good night, Miss Ritter. Catch you later. Alright, I believe with the other major cannon player out of the way, we can start investing into some more heavier weaponry. Like that idea. Ourselves a nice little dangle going on here. Nothing like Noah dangle, but it's a good start. A little low. So we need to aim the first two lower and the last one a little higher. What is my strategy? At the moment, overwhelming firepower. With fire and laser beams mostly. Alright, so you need to aim here. You need to aim here. You need to aim here. There we go. Got him. Overwhelming firepower via condensed solar rays. Hey there, Craig. How you doing? You think lemonade counts as an energy drink? Does it? I mean, it's not an energy drink. It's 4 a.m. for you. Thanks to occupy your insomnia. Hey, I'm glad I can help. That's what we're here for. Alright, so you here, we need one of you here. Alright, so this hostile boat is coming apart at the seams, and I intend to expedite that process. Alright, so we'll sell you. And let's get one more here, because I can. Alright. Good. Even better. Bit tired. Spent the last 3 hours cooking. The last 3 hours cooking. Ooh, boy. Sounds like a lot of cooking. May I ask, what's the occasion? Both orange juice and apple juice usually have quite a lot of added sugar in them for some reason. American everything has a lot of added sugar in it. Which is why I like to get just oranges, which is something you can do, especially in Florida, because Florida. And then I convert said oranges into... That's not true, I just eat the oranges. Because they're delicious. So I just drink the orange juice straight out of the oranges. Spaghetti sauce and chili. Sent pictures in the Discord. Oh my. Mom kind of bought a crate of tomatoes since it's harvest time. You know what? That sounds delicious. I've done homegrown tomatoes before. They were tasty. They were very tasty. Around $5 for 60 tomatoes. You know, that doesn't surprise me too much. Craig, do you mind if I show it off on stream? Because this looks both delicious and also, holy smokes, that's a lot. Maple syrup is love. What's the difference between blue and red stress on forts? The difference, it's the direction of the strain. Blue stress means the strut is being stretched, whereas the red stress means the strut is being compressed. So if you put too much weight on something, then it gets compressed and therefore turns red. And if you put too much pull on something, like it's being ripped in two parts, then it becomes blue. So here we have the giant bowls of spaghetti sauce, which is Craig's home creation from fresh harvested tomatoes, amongst other things. And here's top down with all that delicious coloring. That looks amazing, and I'm not hungry, but I would still eat this, because this looks great. Like, do want. Like, absolutely do want. And while we set up the next lobby, did you guys know that there is a brand new AI tournament coming up next week, starting with it starts next week and lasts 2 weeks. So we're going to have 2 weekends worth of AI tournaments. And it's got a $1,000 prize pool, courtesy of Kalijah Anderson, a name you guys may recognize from here on the community. Join the Incursus Discord for more food images from Crack. Like, actually, though, that happens a lot. Although that happens mostly in the members chat. Gruyere, Swiss cheese, American white cheddar mixed into macaroni and broiled with breadcrumbs on top, finished with a single roasted tomato. That sounds like the most stereotypical American, and I dislike it. I've had it before. I dislike it. If you want to impress a date who doesn't cook, Orange Supremes are a great option. It's so colorful. Alright, let's not do that one. I was asking for trouble. Let's do it. I remember chat is mostly you posting images from various video games and not nerding about other things. I mean, at the moment, you're not. Actually, that's true. You are correct. The amount of fruit that Americans throw out because they're too lazy to peel them is absolutely tragic. That I actually don't know about. I'm not... Fruit does not go to waste in my house. Because I devour it like like the fiend I am. Ooh. Sweet, delicious water. Alright, let's get going. Parry you. I don't know what to do about this. Excellent. Next, these are coming online, which gives me the chance to actually get any amount of economy, which is more economy than I have right now. Maybe if I was not the front boat. Maybe he's talking about nearly half of all food that is produced in the US being thrown out before grocery stores, because it isn't considered visually appealing. Oh! Oh my. That doesn't surprise me, but I'm also not familiar with the numbers on that. Like, I am well aware that Americans throw out food because it's not visually appealing. I just was not familiar with the stats on that particular metric. No, this metal, it's... Okay, we got this all. Why do some commands not start with exclamation point anymore? They should all start with exclamation points. The only exception is with there being a command that's like pretty much meant to troll, that just occurs when people are typing random words, or at least seemingly random words. But exclamation point should be everything, because it's Nightbot, and that's how Nightbot work. SC settings, I don't know. It was probably added by one of the mods, or me by mistake. But probably one of the mods, and just didn't put an exclamation point on it. Huh. Yeah. So it seems. Well, there is a legit Nightbot command that doesn't have an exclamation point on it. Alright, well, I guess that happened. I'm not surprised by that, just... Lurk curses. Well, when it's something like lurk curses, that's usually like a replacement for an emote. Which in this case is probably because I don't have an emote that would be described as lurk curse. You know, I should commission someone to make a lurk curses emote, because I haven't the foggiest idea what that would look like, and now I want it. Yeah, there it is. So that's a that's a Discord. That one's for Discord. So for that one, if you type lurk curses on Discord, Nightbot does that. Because Nightbot is the same Nightbot on Discord as it is on the chat. Which is why the strange format for the response. Start with this, work our way across, get this going, another one of these. Get ourselves a forward spike, and door ourselves up. Here comes death, there goes disaster. And he's gone. Cross brace the base. And you should be ready to fire here any moment. Okay. Welcome back, Hyperfang. Alright, let's go. Yes, break the base. Oh, we're cutting deep. We're hitting the core. The core is actually just on fire. Is a great experience to have. So it looks like our opponents haven't managed to, Yep, he did not survive the whole being on fire thing. You'll love to see it. This gives me an opportunity to expand. My good old-fashioned expansion. This is we're Firebird, which is explicitly why I've gone for cannons, by the way. The internet crash, leave you alone. Oh, welcome back to the land of the living. Firebird disabling enemy alarms is funny. It is funny. I'm not into it. I just sold off my AA. Like, I just sold it off. Alright, we took a hit here, no big deal. Let's try to aim higher. I want to punch directly center mass. This is an oppressive amount of machine gewehr incoming here on us. Oh, we took a hit. Oof. Alright. Oh, the overpen. Alright, we get one of these here. I am taking heavy hits. That was a Nighthawk. Alright, so got myself in a little bit of a trouble here. By that I mean I can't sustain these hits. I've got way too much firepower incoming. There we go. That should help immensely, except for the bit where I probably just lost. Oh! My opponent just straight missed his shot, as in he had the kill shot and whiffed it. This is fine. Oh. Oh boy. Well, there goes the chunks of the base. I'm going to be out of commission for a hot second. Or several. Alright, I need more angle here. Give me a stronger, thicker pillar. Oh, teammate is not in a good spot. Alright, here we go. A little bit higher. Clean through, and it hurts so much. How do you combat ship imbalance? With overwhelming firepower. Okay. Oh god. It's coming back again. Alright. I've got to aim for here. Oh! Ho, 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 ho. Nailed it. Okay, that worked. That worked wonderfully. Okay, time to finish this. It's a good shot. Another good shot. And solid hits everywhere. Poor Hyperfang, suffering the whole time. Does that command even mean anything? It used to. It was for a streamer event last year. Get slapped out of existence. You need the slow-mo? Yes. That we can do. Slow-mo, best mo. Hyperfang hanging on by a thread or a rope, which is almost the same thing. Oh god. Every time the fire happens, it gets him a little bit closer to burning down. Alright, so I do want to check out that slow-mo. For that deep penetration shot. Oh, I got him right through the aircraft carrier. Okay. Yep, there it is. Okay. So you just didn't have, you were just betting on the launcher not getting shot directly, which is not a great way of defending things. But here we are. His entire inside was made out of explosives and just didn't have armor around it. So that happened. No, to be fair, rolling a howitzer and aircraft launcher and runway, that was an entire team's worth of offensive firepower. Like, he was almost single-handedly taking me down there. It was rough. It was real rough. I had very limited time to take him out before he was gonna kill me. That was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. In what game? StarCraft. There, Nicola. Answer your question. That's what you call a glass cannon fort. Yeah. Pretty much. Hello there, feral kitty. Welcome in. Andromeda, now you're doing mosaic logos. Looks like you're having fun. Ba, 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 ba. Wonder if there's a mod that allows each player to be their own commander, making the battle happen with 4 different commanders on each team. To my knowledge, no, but that has been a request for a long time. It is mechanically difficult to implement. May I ask what's with the German? Just because we get invaded by Germans all the time, and I just feel like saying things in German sometimes, because there's so many of you around here. That and some of my family are actually German, and sometimes they come over, and sometimes I get immersed in German again. So like, it's just a normal thing around here. Hello there, Saps. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Can understand why it's hard to create. I assume it's just something to do with the way Earthworks has developed the game. In the volcano in the background, it is quite aesthetic. This map luckily doesn't have the active volcano, which means we aren't fighting the map while fighting the game, while fighting the players, which is good. Alright, I need to develop additional things. Sounds like chaos and fun. It's chaos and fun for like the first time, and then it just gets annoying. Like, it's cool, but it also becomes map defining, and at some point you're just playing the RNG game of, do I get to play this time? That's, it's fun the first time around, you know? should keep everything intact. Let's get battery going here. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Alright, so what I want to do is make myself look less vulnerable to immediate death and start developing weapons. We should have available to wield here in a moment. Ideally before we start floating everything away. Alright, I'm going to take this space and hope teammate doesn't want it. Because we're getting real close to each other here. Get a second weapon. The gear came in, run for Tuesday. Excellent! That makes my life easy. Scheduling easy. Yay, more work. Alright. This is about creating? I'm not sure what the topic was, Xaps. Probably someone asking about modding. Let's cross burst the sub so we could take some extra hits. Alright, time to go. Who needs to be fired upon first? So not the player I just targeted, I think. I think we target this guy first. There it is. Alright. A nice shot if I don't say so myself. That sounded bad. Alright, who needs cannon fire? I think I fire the same spot. Oh, that's not the wrong. I think I fire about the same spot here, just lower. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Alright, I think I'm going to need to assist targeting the player direct across. But I really want to hope a teammate can hold out long enough for me to get real damage down here. Yeah, okay, because that's one player eliminated. One player eliminated, we actually get... you gotta be careful with this. I do have stability tech involved here, so this isn't a big deal, but I do need to be careful. Oh, this is death. Okay. We traded pretty well. So this player still has... so they're warthogs. They do bonus damage. They penned a little bit deeper than I would have expected. Wasted all that shot. You did, and it almost cost you. But your base is... almost dead for it. Unfortunately, it would seem that the rest of my team is not really able to capitalize on it. So I do think Team 2 is probably going to win this, despite Hyperfang having almost negative HP. Like, look at it. It's so close to going down. He's just one cannon splash away from death. Something about stability tech? Yeah, which is why my base is still standing, despite all of that. It's a modern art piece, but it's still here. Just realized a Firebird? Yes. Yes, we are. That fire beam was almost lethal if you managed to aim it a little bit higher. Our top player just desperately needs to get off mortar attack. They've countered it already. Modern art piece, yes. Got ourselves a beautiful looking sculpture here. Snake down and grab those mines. The teammate already grabbed these mines, this player here. This player actually might have a lethal shot on their uppermost player, which would give... he didn't quite make it. He needs to aim the fire beam higher. If he can get at this angle here, and it will probably go straight to the core and touch it, which would be lethal, especially given Firebird burn times. You can do it a little bit higher. The Firebird games can be fun. Yes, yes they can be. He's already got the anti-incendiary repair bay there to help out to prevent Firebird from burning through. Nothing a little ultimate commander active ability can't solve. Ooh, so close. The return to send is reactive here, so Super Sand down at the bottom can't really get through that without the EMP landing first, which may be doable. Oh, the fire beam. Need heat laser combo. For this base, no, because we did enough damage to this base that just touching the core at all with the fire beam would do it, so that he just has to hit the core. It's just a matter of aiming at the core and hitting it right now, which is something that's not quite happened yet. Like, for all intents and purposes, the opponent's core here is exposed and able to be shot. Oh, it was exposed and able to be shot. Looks like he fixed it. Looks like he fixed it, so it's not quite able to hit the core anymore. So close. Oh! The door snipe. Well, that's painful. Is that the smoke from the core we see? Yes. Yes. That is indeed the smoke from the core. Super Sand! Shoot the return descenders with that EMP. Rip team it. Yeah, I still do suspect Team 2 is going to win this. Base too tall. Tall base is tall. Okay. So he's got his AA online. You almost got it. A little lower. Good job. You can do it. There's still a machine gun pointing directly at the EMP, which you can't really shoot with that sniper. You can just try to launch the EMP until it lands. Only has to roll the dice till it works. There's been enough time for him to rebuild that flak in the bottom. So Super Saiyan really needs to be keeping up on that. So the solution to this situation here is use Sniper, suppress this, launch EMP until it makes it across. See how it's back here now? You just gotta snipe it, and then launch EMP, and then snipe it, and launch EMP. And that makes a big difference. Because once that EMP lands, you can send those cannons directly into the front, and that's going to cause a massive issue for his opponent. Almost. Just finally rebuilt the AA up here. This is why rockets are hard to use, because you need map control for it. Which means you gotta be constantly active with the sniper. Like Super Saiyan needs a second sniper to keep up with this, or a flak. A flak would help. Well, that's bad. Oh boy. The amount of machine gunners getting involved here. There's one sniper. Ooh boy. You can do it. A little lower. There it is. The problem is that now there's... Oh my god, it actually made it. Okay, cannon. Activate commander ability. You could do it. Oh, so close. You have to snipe the... you have to snipe the portals. You can't let those come back online. As they come back online, you can't... You're never getting them shut down again. This is your one shot, one chance, one opportunity, and the sniper took it. Okay. This is how it ends. You gotta launch the cannon. Don't let the portals come back online. You could use the sniper. Okay.
Nuclear launch detected.
Well done. I am made of meat, coming in and dropping the radioactive support. That nuclear launch. How you doing?
Hey Incursus, love your content. Do you have plans to narrate an audiobook? Your voice is perfect for soothing narration.
So I don't know if you've seen, I started doing the wearing power armor to a magic school narration. If you're interested in that, go ahead and make sure to check those out. I've got 3 episodes up, or three videos up on that right now. I will say this: it has not been particularly popular, but it is there, and I will be doing more of it because it is one of those things where you kind of need to do all of it, not just stop part way. So that is something I'll be continuing to work on. Just not super motivated to do that right now because not. Despite all the requests for it, there's really not been much actual interest in it, which it is what it is. Alrighty, have a good night there, Hyperfang. Catch you later. Can actually get you the link there directly there. I am made of meat. If you so desire it. I'm to do more than once a week if you want to catch up. Yes, I know. I am aware, I'm just particularly not motivated to do it for reasons I'm sure you can imagine. Given the interest in it, as it were. But here's the link if you want to check it out for yourself. Let me know what you guys think. Because there's enough there for you to see what it is and give feedback for it. I do intend to do more. Just you've enjoyed it more than you expected. Usually avoid female MC series. Hard to connect to being male. Understandable. Yeah, the writer of the book of the novel series. That's the right word. Releases a new chapter once a week. So. Probably related. Okay. Didn't know you'd done those? So maybe... You know, it may be my failing for not advertising it well enough. Could probably do a Warhammer 40k story, perhaps? Perhaps. Although, I'm actually going to be avoiding Warhammer 40k in terms of video content creation. Warhammer General right now is a little bit of a hot topic, given the... I guess D&D's kind of doing the same thing. They're cracking down a bit on people monetizing it. Like putting it on monetized channels. Like, I'm fine doing games or whatnot, but in terms of stories and such, probably not a wise idea right now. Alrighty, have a good night there, Crab. Catch you later. I'll see you next time. This is good enough. a little far back, but I can work with it. Just means you gotta be nice and safe. Alright. You're actually painting 40k miniatures right now. Oh yeah, no, it's a very popular past, like it's popular for good reason. Like 40k, it's great. Like between Warhammer Fantasy and 40k, I definitely prefer 40k. And that's just, you know, my personal take on the matter. Alright, let's start munitions production. Before you left the army, you had no idea what the fuss about 40k was. Then you played Dark Tide. Hey, you have learned. Sitting here waiting for storages is never gonna happen because I didn't build them. And now you have been learned on the ways of 40k and all the horrors it comes with. Hello there, Era. Welcome in. What, even fan stuff? Self-made like wearing power armor? Okay, so the topic of copyright, Warhammer game studios, they've been cracking down on Warhammer branded stuff that has been posted onto monetized channels. So I'm not particularly keen to post anything Warhammer related onto a monetized channel, such as my own channel. Things like wearing power armor or magic school, completely irrelevant to anything Warhammer. Therefore, perfectly fine. Like, if there's something you want me to narrate, I'm more than happy to narrate. Like, I like narrating, it's fun. So, like, if you have a suggestion, or maybe your own works that you've written. Mind you, of course, I do need permission from the author to actually narrate things. But, like, say if you've written something, or if there's something you particularly would like me to narrate, feel free to put it into suggestions. You know, message. Leave a message. Okay, so I'm not so scared of this because he didn't, I'm gonna say didn't do it right. But it is a good reveal that we now know what that is. I already have a good one, Brevin. Catch you later. Have random quote-unquote music companies been trying to get at me? Yeah, that's normal. That's never going to go away. Okay. But that's not the topic at hand here. Even the Astartes fan animation had serious problems until they hired the guy. Yep. So I'm just not gonna touch that one. Like, if they don't want people making content about their game or whatnot, you know what? About their stuff, that's fine. There are plenty of other places in the world to go than to deal with Warhammer. get new tech. Very good to start. I could probably ruin his day. Just like entirely. And I also probably want to do that soonish.
Everything is on fire.
Everything is always on fire.
I'm a tank. I'm a tank. I'm a tank. I'm a tank.
Stop it! Frick, get your green skin. How you doing there, Ragebeard? Who should be priority target? I think not that player. So instead, we remove this player, I think. Oh, nope. There's a wall there. Give him the walking Stuka strategy. Well, I missed the core, but I hit literally everything else. So, don't have to be too concerned about that player existing for the time being. Alright, so one player removed. Let's do some adjustments here. Specifically this. That was a cannon. I don't like that. Go for intensifies. Oh no. Oh jeez. I guess it begs the question of how much technical white paper erotica is out there available for narration. Why are you like this? Also, he's digging deep. Is this lethal? Yes, yes it is. He sniped my core specifically. Oh, those rounds, the DU rounds, they hit so hard, they punch so deep. Well, 1 for 1. We are going to need to rapidly increase firepower. Unfortunately, we seem to be lacking the firepower department across the... we got a couple cannons out, I guess. Really could use some... really could use some concentrated fire. But you know it's something. Oh boy. Well, machine gunners are actually doing surprisingly well against that. But alright. Is laser beam friend ready to go? Oh ho ho ho! Well, that was devastating. Devastatingly effective. That was also a great shot. Alright, so those 2 shots, toppest tier. Good job. And it's still going. You know, if you activate the commander ability, the fire becomes stronger. And then it does even more damage. Commander ability is a great thing. Alright. So what you do is you launch the swarm missiles, and while the swarm missiles are going, you launch the laser beam. Unfortunately, it seems that... Oh, it's a little far. I mean... Ah, I didn't even get the tech. But, you know, you could still... It's not quite so far. You can still make it work. So you don't actually have to hit the target directly, you have to hit below the target, which means right down here, which is a great idea. Usually works way better. Narrate that whole Percy Jackson series. Percy Jackson series. The name sounds incredibly familiar, and I don't know why. Can't hit top base. True. Do recommend changing cannon positions. You could probably hit the far base, yeah. Can you narrate the Land Cruise's official guide? As the author, you give consent for you to narrate it. Oh, God. Well, you know, does that count as a technical white paper? I feel like doing it just for the meme. Shoot the far base, your direct opponent, Okamazazi, whatever. There you go, beautiful shot. Okamizaza. Does it work if the orbital launcher flare hits the water? Yes. Yes, it does. Although there are restrictions on that, but yes. It's not strictly... And I don't actually know if this would work. I think it would work here. You could certainly try it. Shouldn't that can you narrate your life? Go full Stanley Parable. Percy Jackson, popular book about a teenager who discovers he's the son of Poseidon. Right, I remember now. Yes, I remember that one. Okay. Don't really need to move the cannons. No, they can either move the cannons or add portals or just shoot this guy who is well within range. That's fine too. Both of these things work. Drunk nukes again cleared. Beautiful. Oh ho ho ho! The door snipe. Massive damage. Oh, if it isn't Bob Barretto. Long time no see. Welcome back. The movies butchered the books. Isn't that the usual status for movies when it comes to books? What movies? The most appropriate response. Chunky! Beautiful hit. So that player no longer exists. Fortunately, Fragment down here has missile launchers, which are just incredibly effective from lower position. And this base is about to get wrecked. Like 3 ways to Tuesday. Kaboom. Thought Ender's Game was a good translation from book to movie. I will say, I think it was a good translation from book to movie. I also think it was a very different experience, which is not unsurprising. The Ender's Game book and movie didn't really tell the same tale with the same experience, but they were both good. Like the Ender's Game movie was actually good. It missed a lot of the major points that made Ender's Game the book good, but it was also fine. Because a lot of the points that made the book so good were not easily translatable into the movie. So they kind of like skipped over those points and focused on the more showy elements. It's like Ender's Game book had a whole lot of moral and like cranial style twists and like concerns about peace versus like contact policies and such. Like there's a whole lot of stuff involved, and the book just didn't do that. I mean, the movies just didn't do that at all. But like it was still very good. You can make an announcer pack for insert popular first-person shooter here. It could. It would have to be like a custom mod, though, I imagine. Ender's Game, like most of the author's works, was moral and a societal critique. Anti-war, balance of power, etc. Yes! And the movie didn't care about any of those topics. It's like, we're in space, and we do space things and explosions. And surprise! We were the bad guys the whole time at the end. Just more like a twist and nod to the author's plot line than anything else. But absolutely not the same experience. Like, at all. Favorite part of Ender's Game. Why did you keep beating him when he's on the ground? So he wouldn't do it a second time. Ends up killing the other kid. I think, but more specifically, he kept doing it so that the other people wouldn't do it a second time. Not so that the direct target would not do it a second time. But I suppose just pedantry at that point. To be fair, the books are a little too abstract. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like there's a good reason. There's absolutely a good reason why the movie didn't focus on those elements, and which is like that's fine. And by not focusing on those elements, it made Ender's Game the movie a good standalone movie, and it was pretty loyal to the books. So like it's still same things happened. You wouldn't mind getting Ender's Shadow as a movie as well, but it's even darker. I don't think Ender's Shadow would translate well to a movie. Like, I think Ender's Shadow would not be a great movie. I'm quite content to leave that one in the book. Just found out that AC6 has multiple endings. How many of you experienced? 2, and most of the way to what I assume is a 3rd. I will say this. I was shocked and surprised when I started playthrough 2, and the amount of madness they drop on you out the gate is just ridiculous. It's like what I did at the end of playthrough 1 is I just started doing PvP stuff because me. And what ended up happening is when I went to play the campaign any amount more, I just stopped using the campaign build that I was using and instead started using the PvP build. And I'm not gonna. I should stop talking. I don't care. I'm going to. If this counts as a spoiler, too bad. I started using the PvP builds for campaign because, good God, the amount of madness they drop on you. Like, I was just like, okay, here's a common mission, like level 1 mission. Let's start. They just casually drop 3 ACs on your face to say survive. Like, excuse me, sir. That's not how survival works. Hello there, Rain. Welcome in. How you doing? So, yeah, now I'm running my PvP build in a campaign environment. And I have not gone back. Because that was a trend that they have continued to repeat. Double Zimmer with Songbirds? No. No. Although, it is a very good build, but my build is a little bit more nimble and meant to deal with people who run that. What I'm currently running is more of a kiter damage over time rather than burst damage. So it's fully capable and more than happy to stay at 300 meters range at all points in time and just deal damage. Which is an infuriating experience, I'm sure, for anyone who dares run the meta double shotgun build, but I have no mercy for that. So if you're running that, that's fine. You do that. I'ma gun you all the way down. Alright. It was top base who was shooting at me. I kind of want him gone. Just because he was shooting at me. I am instead going to gun this player down because they look more of a threat. I'm indensing myself here because I don't have a whole lot of space to build things, and therefore I am concerned about, yeah, that. A little bit of friendly fire isn't. Got him. I'm going to let top base do the duel. And just pretend that they don't exist. These turbines have been okay. I do not know what is happening there. But okay, well, I guess we're not pretending anymore. Alright, I'm getting pinned by 3 players here. This is a problem. I cannot let that hit me. I will actually die. I'm going to need assistance here. I cannot keep this up. This is just not tenable amounts of damage here. Very limited time to assist. Very limited amount of time to assist. Okay. Yeah. Allies seem to be doing... I mean, I'm the only one on the team who built weapons so far. So, like, that's telling. Whew. Okay. Well, I mean, it's something. Oh, that was close. All right. Yep. Okay. Unfortunately, I do not have weapons and will not have weapons for multiple minutes as we have Coffee Traveler coming in with the raid. How you doing today? Hopefully you had a good stream, yeah? Coming in with the party. Oh boy. Here comes death. I'm okay with this. Of all the things I could have done. Rotato is the big thing. Yeah, so I've been told. The shoutout command doesn't work. It is moderator only. 7-0 win streak into a 0-7 loss streak. Oh, ho, ho, that feels bad. This man fully just bypassed my defenses. Took out my one hope. Ha! AA saved the day. And got door sniped. Okay. This is my life now. It's fine. Oh boy, when have you allowed the moderator role? Honestly, at this point, I should just give it to you. What's going on here? Oh boy. Please? No. I'm going for this tactic. Ooh. Well, that's unfortunate. Yep, that was inevitable. And there it is. Okay. Oof. Alright, well, that was unfortunate. At least I shot back a few times. So that's something. Excellent. Permafrost? I don't know that I want to play Permafrost. But let's do it anyways. After everything is being on fire at this first game, yes. It is, it's been a good time. Kalijah coming in and rejoining the Incursion for 52 months. Well, if you guys haven't seen it already, I think now is a great time to talk about it once again. Did you guys know that there's an AI tournament coming up next week? The biggest and best AI tournament we ever planned? Courtesy of Kalijah Anderson sponsoring. Ladies and gentlemen, the 7th AI tournament, the biggest tournament, literally the biggest tournament, spanning 2 weekends, featuring 20 plus AI with a focus on creativity and a $1,000 prize pool courtesy of Kalijah Anderson. Congrats to love and chat for Kalijah, longtime supporter of the channel, longtime member of the community here, and well, one making things that much more exciting. And make sure to check out the upcoming tournament next weekend, starting September 9th. See 8 p.m. CEST. Make sure to convert that to your local time zone, but it should be roughly daytime, middle afternoon or evening for most of us. Creativity, ay. Yes, I'm super looking forward to this. As you guys may know, with this many AI and a round robin style format, we will have to be splitting the matches. Some will be casted by myself, some will be casted by Zoutzvuk. And I'm looking forward to it. All of it. Okay, good, and next. This map is cheese incarnate. Yeah, it's a little cheesy at times, to say the least. And your voice chat with well, that will be up to you, Kalijah. If you would like to join, you're more than happy to do so. But whether or not you join will be entirely up to you. I know most of the time people aren't super interested in joining the voice chat because, well, then you're literally chatting in front of potentially thousands of people, and that can be nerve-wracking for anyone on the best of days. But like I do not require that of people. But you are welcome to join if you would like. You'd love to? Well then, that can absolutely be arranged. Unabashed extrovert here if you need support. Oh no, not everyone sign up at once. We've only got so much space in the lobby. Oh god, the extrovert type everyone run. I know, right? I am not the extrovert type. I just have a rather well-practiced tongue. But like, Oh boy. How does Demolition Explosion go? Very well. Is satisfying every time. Let's put the adapter a little further out here. You've helped run gaming organizations for 25... Really? That I actually didn't know. That's interesting. Now I want stories. Typically when I hear stories of that, it's like I was running the Halo stuff or something similar. Something similar like that. Alright. Let's put you here. That man could get shot, and I'm all here for it. Alright, let's do this. Let's expand out here. Seems team is struggling to deal with the early game aggression. I might be able to assist. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. I should probably let team handle that, and then I just deal with the problems I'm going to inevitably face. Turn away for 3 seconds and all I hear is phrasing. Oh no. How did I beat Counterfract in AC6? So I'm currently running what I'm going to describe as a PvP heavy build, which is specifically a loadout that has double linear railguns and a light build with 2 shoulder-mounted rockets. The whole thing is it stays at exactly 300 meters from designated target at all points in time, and then just casts bullet and missile over the course of any duration of time, because it can, and no one can catch it unless you're a melee build or something super light and fast and nimble. So, good luck. Hey there, Tyberosity. Welcome, welcome. You're doing door dashing on a bike. Made $127 in 3.8 hours. You know, as much as people like to bash on DoorDash being this, you know, oh, this is low class, like peasant tier type thing, it genuinely can do pretty well for people. Okay, I think we just toss this here. You started running a group called RFW, did a bunch of Alien vs Predator game events in AVP2. You started running orgs in Guild Wars, Star Trek Online, Leader Up, and several others you helped in. Interesting. That does sound fun and cool. Alright, man's getting snipey out in here. Can solve that problem real quick. Let's do this. Did he put it back? He did put it back, and I got rid of it. I don't know what's going on here, but whatever it is, it seems to be eco-heavy, so he's probably not going to get involved for a while. Everyone else is playing games you don't want spoilers for. There's so many games like that out right now. I am content to be background noise. Good afternoon. Welcome back, Gabriel. How are you doing today? Hope you've had quite a nice weekend so far. How? Oh my god, he doesn't have... Okay. He had giant double doors, but nothing behind him, is what happened there. I was very confused. I was like, oh yeah, let me just spend all of my energy to punch through his doors, and then there was no payoff. And I was like, you, sir, bamboozled me. Mechabellum has a new update. They made the War Factor unit. I saw. It looks satisfying. I need so much energy production to keep this up. I hit the sniper. Okay. Alright, got the sniper through the wall. There we go. Next, yeah. Yeah. I hit it, the howitzer, but didn't break it. There's not quite enough AA on the team. The team in general is suffering lack of anti-air capabilities. Alright, I need to deal with whatever this is. Dead is what it is. Oh boy. Alright, next. I just built that. Alright, so this was a good shot, and I'm keen to make it again. This also a good shot. No, we're not letting this happen. You cannot keep that. That is categorically illegal. Your teammate was spending a whole lot of time on the whole, Oh, but the no fire alarm. Oh, his whole base burned to the ground. Oh no, it's beautiful. Alright, we have to do this. No alarm is good. Yes, it is good. Very good. I can't reach. We have to do some magic over here. Alright. So we would be able to reach if I had just a little bit more space to play with, which can be arranged. Like so. Another one claimed by the hell that is fighting Firebird. Yes. Good. Go on, gimme. Alright. Oh, disconnected. And so that reaches fine enough. We're giving him the undercut. No, I want this here, and probably one more right here. It's really not much for this. We've got about maximum turbinage here. Sheesh! Yes, that is the emotion of the day. I can get a little bit more height if I do this. Said every boy ever. Alright, Best stories were actually with your mom. You used to have a fight with her for your turn at Nintendo. Oh, jeez. That just sounds hilarious to me, I'm sorry. Alright, time for some trouble in the making. Just general malice. You dare send my own buzzsaws back at me. Oh, that's a good hit. I like that hit. That hit made me happy. Oh, it's an exposed core. Okay. Good job. Well done. It's meant to be hilarious. Geez, how you became a gamer you are now. You know, that makes sense. I spent the whole game developing, you did something. The one cannon round. You're able to buy a bike rack and a pannier bag to hold the food for 130. But you're also going to be using that for classes, so not just for deliveries. Interesting. Don't mind what city region. My area is... I'm in South Florida, like Miami area. So, like... That's a thing. It's a little bit different, but it would work very well for deliveries, food deliveries, DoorDash kind of stuff, Uber Eats. I was confused the first time playing. Yeah, permafrost. That is one of the reasons why I do like permafrost, because it's just weird, like across the board. You have to do this craziness to figure out what's going on. So that makes it interesting. You can't... It's not figured out, and it's not figured out in the weirdest of ways. Just like this one. Florida man lights everything on fire. My favorite kind of fire. She's also introduced you to D&D. Been running TTRPGs for 30 years now. Really? You know, that just sounds strange to me. Like, my parents were so many levels of against tabletops. Like, the idea of role-playing D&D especially was just the devil itself. And the idea of having a parent introduce you to that is just so different from my own upbringing. But hey, you know, that's a good time. Like, I'm happy for you. Last time you were in Miami, you were driving home from a cruise, and the police had closed most of the highways on a manhunt. It took hours to get out of town. Really? That's, not normal. And I have not heard of such a thing in the recent history. Then again, I try to pay as little attention to the outside world of Miami as possible. Your dad got you into D&D, and now 8 years later, you're running Lancer campaign for your buddies. Ooh. Exciting. D&D can be fun. Can be very fun. Oh god. Not again. Okay. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that right now. Please no explode. Your family are atheists. There is none of that stigmatized attitude. You're actually running TTRPG via text right now with a friend. That is the latest way of going about it. Via text. Especially online. After the whole pandemic experience. And again, it's just kind of easier to do online. It's not a big deal. Is it the I got started doing D&D during peak pandemic time when one of my friends started to do a campaign online. I started doing a custom homebrew campaign of their own world. I guess homebrew, it was standard, and it wasn't homebrew, it was standard 5e, but in their own custom world. I think there was a couple homebrew things, but not really much, just mildly modified. It gets crazy at times? Oh, yeah. Have I played Baldur's Gate 3? I have played Baldur's Gate 3. It's a good game. I haven't finished Baldur's Gate 3. But I'm not... I'm far enough along that I don't mind spoiler conversation. But I think many people in chat still want safety from spoilers. So let's try to keep spoiler-free conversation topics around Baldur's Gate. But I have played it. It is good. I do like it. Like it a lot. And I like that my D&D builds copy-paste over to it. Almost entirely unchanged. Next thing is easy. Best thing you saw about the game was the relationship speedruns. Oh, that's a vibe right there. Oh, jeez. May have made an up modded, heavily modded your Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, it sounds like a good time to me. I've heard there are quite a lot of good mods for Baldur's Gate 3, although I mean, I haven't looked into them. Come on. Please, just let me have this. Thank you. Sitting here trying to scroll through it, it's not working. What am I dealing with here? Okay. Yeah, I got the right one. This is gonna be rough. Okay. Most of them are cheats for the more risque ones or cosmetics. I mean, the game already allows full nudity to my understanding, so it's not like you're getting a whole lot more by modding it. But you know what? I shouldn't insult the creativity of the internet by implying that they don't have much more they can do with modding. Oh, I see what's happening here. Ha! Alright, that gave me just enough time for this to come online. Man, trying to do a timing attack. I am proud of you. Like, I'm honestly proud of you. Good luck. Do I play TTRPGs? Not usually. But I am open to them, and I have played them before. When it comes to most games, I prefer my games to be a little bit more video gamey. But TTRPGs are a good time. Or at least can be a good time. I may need help here. Yeah, alright. You broke me. Went the early game. You did. This is more than just a timing attack. I was expecting a timing attack. Did not notice man went full early game rush. And I did not respond appropriately. Alright, how do I want to handle this? Stop being on fire. Good news is, when the opponent develops this much early game, they don't have much to go beyond it. So I'm not expecting this player to be a significant threat to the rest of the team. But still have to worry about them participating for reasons. Objective survive, yes. That's kind of the goal here at the moment. I am being focused down by multiple players. That's 3 players worth of hostility here. Which is a lot of hostility in one place. Like, we're going sandbag mode here. Because I had nothing else to do with my life. I don't even want to look at the rest of the map. Thank you for firing back. Just happy to be alive. Oh, it's a nuke. Guys, you know they have missiles. You know you need anti-air. Alright, well, I can't defend against that many. My god, they have mortars now. can't I? Too much wobble. Okay. I've got a sniper. Time to snipe. Sweet Jesus. Oh, there's seep of all things. Go on. Got it. Alright. We're starting this off right. I mean, we're getting it back on track. That's what we call a pro gamer move. Two down. The nukes are flying. I can't deal with this many threats coming in at once. Like, that's too much. Alright, let's delete this. Just when we thought we had a chance, we get nuked and cannoned. Alright. That looks like it's a bad time. Okay, that's not going to be usable. No, I can't. I have to have that I have to have this fixed, or I'm never going to be able to build here. Like, that's just not, I can't have it not be usable. Alright. Alright, what do? Teammate has felled. Rip teammate. Oh boy. You should donate money to buy more resources, can you imagine? Using real money to buy things in RTS game. I think we actually shot down one of the nukes with that. Whatever that's worth. Oh, that still hit? Okay. Oh, this is bad. Here comes the multi-nuke disaster. Good news is we got the cell. Bad news is we lost everything in the process. I mean, there's just not enough firepower coming out of everyone else. Like, that's not... I'm just gonna get pummeled, continually get pummeled here by multiple players. They're just gonna eventually decide to shoot the team, and it's gonna be over. And that eventually was about 5 seconds ago, it would seem. It's like trying to stop the tide with a sandcastle. You know, that feels like an apt description. Like, that's, not inaccurate. Team D rebalancing. I mean, we've learned from experience, you can't rebalance the teams without having, you can't rebalance the teams in these custom matches. Like, it just doesn't work. The skill discrepancy between the players is so vast that there is no method to rebalance them. It's a problem. Okay. Oh, that was a nice shot. Okay. Tide versus Sandcastle bid was hilarious. Yes. There's no MMR, just a slugfest. Yeah, I mean, really all I can do is just get shot at a lot and give the team enough time to get weapons out. And that's what happened at the beginning. Like, I took all the hits from this player, and he did shut me down. And then this player got involved, and then... I'm sorry, this player got involved. So it was 2-on-1 at the beginning, and then we lost another player. So, like, you can't... there is no coming back from that. Like, that's not how that works. You have to, like, as a player, if you intend to win, you have to actually be able to participate in the 1v1s or, you know, win a 2v1 at some point, which just didn't happen at any point in time in that round, which is fine. But it just means that, like, it is what it is. It's custom matches. You're not going to get competitive level balancing. And well, remember, guys, every third match in the lobby, we recreate the lobbies. If you guys want to come and join, now is your opportunity. Let's see, 4v4. Let's do it. Let us go. The funniest thing that happened at your college. You're taking a computer class, it's 2 weeks long. You complained to husband. He enrolled and took the same course and finished the course in 2 hours. Your husband even got a reward for it. What a show off. Oh no. You love it when you can get off for almost an hour. Your favorite streamer is still streaming. Welcome back, brother. Here comes death. That was disaster. Yes, it was. I remember at my college, in order to do the computer science degree, we had to do a 2-week computer literacy course. And I was sitting there like, I'm going to this university. Literally, the money I'm making to pay for the degree, literally as a IT administrator. And in order to even start doing a degree, I have to take a computer literacy class, which is the class that teaches people what a keyboard is, what a mouse is, what a monitor is, how to use a keyboard, how to use a mouse. And I'm sitting there like, every single person in this class was another high-tech kind of person. And we're like, what? Why? You couldn't get out of the class? No. And it counted as a credit, which means that it counts against your scholarship, if you have one. That's just one of the ways they get you at that school. And get an extra few thousand out of you. Yep. It was not pleasant. I'm sure it wasn't you. Let us go. Working, waging. You're probably going to get into an engineering field. There's a small chance you can get some experience, maybe even a job pre-college, just because the robotics program you're in, yes, comes highly recommended. Insert university, it's free money. Something like that. That kind of course should count against you, or shouldn't count against you. That's just ripping you off. Big shock. American education is ripping you off. Who could have seen that one coming? Get your gun. I see, okay. I'm going the wrong way with this. No, why did I do that? Stop it. This goes over here. We shore this up after connecting here. Alright. Average poly bridge. Like, actually, though. Connect. Yeah, okay. That'll do. Nice, straight, strong. Love to see it. Give me this money. Is that enough? No. Give me this money. Give me this, please. A little bit of extra heft. And, good to go. Most colleges have raised tuition at an insane rate. Totally unrelated, they keep getting more and more donors and gov grants to help those poor kids pay for their classes and degrees. Yes. It is what it is. Big fan of changing it. I don't have the means to do so, but I can talk about it. Like, there is a correlation there between people getting degrees and such. Like, the amount of people getting degrees or going to university is just dropping massively. Which, given the behavior of the upper level education, is a good thing in my opinion. Which is weird. It just means that we need to make sure that we are good and disciplined people who get educated via other means, like be it a trade school or self-educated, which historically has not worked out very well. But like, I don't have another solution to it. So pains me to think about. Pains me a lot. How's my day night? My day night is going very well. I'm enjoying it immensely. If the internet makes information free, it does, but as you may know, just about everyone in the United States has access to the internet at all points in time in their pocket and still fail to be educated on just about everything. So, the problem isn't the freedom of information. Your college has a 40% international student rate, because it costs about $1,200 USD per school year to attend. They get their nursing degrees and migrate back to America. That sounds like an economic and great solution, and a solution that I've seen several people actually do. Simple as just going over to, well, honestly, pretty much anywhere but the US to get a degree, and then go get actual work in the US with that degree. I've seen it pretty heavily used for nursing is a big one. Doctor's another big one for doing exactly that. Yeah, there it is. You have a solution. It's called the ETP protocol. Eat the politicians. You know, that's historically a reasonable solution. You've got a decent contact with a local metal fabrication company that you might be able to get an internship with. Conclusion: degree is useful. Yeah. You can do that on Stellaris. It's funny because it's true. Alright, who wants to get... Okay, you are having... I don't know what's going on here, but I want it gone. Okay. I am just happy that I'm hearing anti-air sounds come out of the team. This pleases me immensely. Okay, let's remove this so that it stops being a thought to concern ourselves with. You don't have to think about it if it doesn't exist. possibly go wrong? Hello? You touched my friend. Prepared a laser beam. That was a fire beam. Interesting. So that knocked his portals down. Good job with those. I'm not going to let him get those back. Alright. Thank you for removing the portals. Poor child still learning how to play the game, getting removed by lasers. Yes. Well, that's awkward. Might want to fix that. Alright, I don't want you having things. So we are going to do a little bit of thing removal here. Okay, that's enough thing removal, I think. I think that's his turbines. And that did a lot of damage. Great. That's exactly what I was looking for. Reconstruct. Okay, so now we handle this by aiming down slightly. Same thing here. That should remove a majority of our opponent's goodies. Like anything that they thought they had is now just gone, pretty much. I'm half a mind to do it again, but I think I'm gonna pass in favor of going straight to their core at this point. 'Cause surely they don't have the ability to stop the overpen from happening. I was correct. Very speedy missile. Alright, in that case. Oh, they put an energy shield there, good for them. Energy shield gone. It didn't ignite the background bracing, and that makes me sad. Oh! Not sure what finished him off there, but I'm happy for it. Alright. There we go. How are you alive? He's not vulnerable to minigunnage, but it looks like he's letting it happen. What's my rents? Oh, 2,000 a month USD. which is not terrible. Lizard is the forbidden meat for lizards. Well, I don't know about that. Lizards tend to devour other lizards. With some regularity. Two-bedroom apartment. One bedroom, one office room. Let's do it. Yes, that is $2K a month. Yours is $12.50 a month for studio. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I'm looking to get out of South Florida. For 800 USD a month, you can get 400 USD a month. You can get 2-bedroom, fully furnished house by the ocean here. A full-time live-in maid for 80 USD a month. That sounds. You know, I actually have a couple of friends who've done that kind of thing, where they will have a job in the US and then just pretty much go live outside the US for exactly that reason. Like, it's getting to the point where the United States is saying, hey, we don't want citizens anymore. Oh, we've outsourced everything. How about we outsource our citizens? It's not sure if it's a good long-term economic decision, but it is a decision. As a Scandinavian, you could recommend not living in the US. You base this off of the stuff you see on TV. Understandable. Have a nice day. That is one thing the United States does very well. Like, we dramatize things. Very good at catching people's attention. Unfortunately, that attention is almost exclusively negative. Because turns out humans like watching suffering. Just don't live in cities. That is the real answer. Just don't live in cities. USA is the best show on the internet right now. I thought it was Ukraine. I think Ukraine still clocks at #1, right? Maybe it is US. Maybe US may have taken that spot back. Ukraine's kind of dropped off a little bit. People get tired of it. Watch Spanish soap operas, you would never move to Spain. Let's see, that's... Alright, fine. I know what I'd do here. It involves selling this off to get this a few seconds faster. And getting... Trump is back, drama's on the rise. We may not understand politics, but we love the drama. Exactly. You're allowed to show a Facebook listing for apartment in this chat. There's nothing wrong with that. I cannot promise that your link will go through. YouTube does not like links, especially to competitor social media sites. You're welcome to post it. You're not going to get banned or in trouble or anything. It just, people probably won't be able to see it. And I'm basing this off of experience from people who've tried to do that kind of thing before. But you're welcome to make an attempt.
launch detected.
Nuclear launch. Coming in from Kalijah. Kalijah, I can't spend your money in this RTS game. We haven't developed that technology yet. Thank you, Kalijah. Coming in with the support. Anyways, love in chat. Not even dropping a message, just coming in to show some love. Thank you, thank you. Everyone looks at the scene of an accident driving past. Very few people stop to look at an orderly road with well-regulated traffic. Yep. This is the nature of humanity. Or at least one particular facet of it. Spain recently realized, oh wow, did not foresee that happening at all. You know, I have nothing positive to say about that, so I'm not going to say anything at all. I have actually met a person. You know what? I'm not even gonna go down that road. There are some topics not worth talking about. That's one of them. Alright, who wants a drop shot? Did some damage. Let's get additional energy production going for reasons. Prepare expansion. And drop the shot. I am concerned about this player because they're just kind of out there. So I would like them to go away. You too have once met a person. Yes. What you're just saying is Baldur's Gate 3 is super popular. Yes, yes it is super popular. It is a good game. Do recommend. There's no way that ends well. Let's put the battery right next to the core where the battery belongs. Alright, so a little lower. Try to overpen one, slam into the other. Good. Overpen one, slam into the other. Swing and a miss. Did we lose a player? Is that what's going on here? Nope. He's building. He's just not moving quick about it. Okay, so this was a good shot. Was. Cannons are not known for their consistency. Wow, okay. Ate that in its entirety. Swing and a miss. Do we have... Looks like we don't have an enemy player doing that same thing, so... Let's see if I can assist with the focus fire here. Alright, did not expect. Yes, yes I can. Alright, we're going straight to the front door because I have cannons, I have brute force brawn, and I can wield it with great rage. Straight reckless abandon. I am being mostly left alone, so I'm content to firepower. Ooh, we overpenned and hit their mines. Let's splash directly onto the core. Love to see it. Alright, I'm going to stability tech this a little bit. As it seems, getting ourselves into enough cannon territory to produce a problem. Alright. Got him. There we go. There it is. Like, force that one. Alright. Just straight clean across. Straight to the front. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's a game-winning amount of damage. Okay. Ba, ba, ba. Did I not open this up? I did not. Alright, time for some more deeps. So this player was AFK until just now. Train usually destructible? Not on this map, no. You're probably thinking of a different map by the same map creator. Flint Shadow, the creator of this map, has like 40 maps, one of which has destructible terrain. So Jordan was AFK the entire game. So I'm going to assume that they are not actually here, and I'm going to kick them. Where do I... No, just go. All right. You know, it's one we haven't done in a little while. Let's do squirrels. Yeah. Let's do it. There's a funny looking spot on the terrain. Thought it was a weak spot. No, there's only one map I'm aware of that has destructible terrain. That one was not it. Bum, bum, bum. Ready? Hope some squirrels play. Well, you got it. Ken hyperextended his knee, you can't work. So we're a month away from being homeless. Ooh. That's what's called stress. And also generally not fun. Oh, stop it. Minimum wage is nowhere close to living costs. Yep. That's the thing. I am amazed that people are willing to work for minimum wage. Like, come on. If minimum wage... If the wage you're being paid does not sustain you, why do you stay there? Like, there's a place I go to, for barbecue place I go to, which gets new employees almost on a weekly basis. And I'm entirely convinced the reason for that is because they pay minimum wage, which just results in, well, the obvious of people can't afford to work there, so they don't work there. Once they come to the realization that, oh no, we're only being paid minimum wage. And it also explains why the only people who work there are high schoolers who don't understand the concept of money. Which is just horribly inefficient. Like, can you imagine having to train people every week, multiple times a month, because you can't hire people? Because you're not willing to pay them? The list of successful ways to run a business, that's never been one of them. Let's cause some damage. Oh, hello. This man was trying to rocket me. Did not expect. Well, that's awkward. Alright. Well, makes my life easy. Good job, Jim. Alright. You, sir, are an issue. Can I get this shot? Yes? Maybe? I mean, I hit it. That counts for something. Keeping up with the duo here. Man's got metal everywhere. This is still happening. Okay, come on, hit the target. Almost counts. Almost counts. Let's go. Getting hammered? I am getting hammered. Let's fix that, shall we? There we go. Let's do some real damage up in here. Our direct opponent's going for rockets and not actual heavy hitters. So as long as I can get shots on target, I should be good to do things. Alright, so this player is the big trouble right now. Oh, that's a problem. Alright, ouch. We're gonna have to deal with that. Alright, let's try to do this while I can. Because I'm not likely to be able to continue doing that. Okay. That should hopefully turn the tide a lot. One hit. Not enough. I just double nuked them. Why are you still struggling? Alright, that's one down. Pretty certain that was a fire beam, which implies that there's shotgun. Okay. Alright, one down. Oh, very nice shot. I'll do some damage. I can't hit that target in particular. Okay. Go. Let's start removing this. There it is. The snipers. Just, it opens up and it gets immediately swarmed by snipers. That's what we want to see. Oh my. So satisfying every time. Alright, I'm going to try nuking here with no expectation that's actually going to hit there. It did? Yes, I will keep sniping this door. Until it dies. You can't stop me. Nuking it again. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, he's got nothing there. Love to see it. Okay, let's do this, this. I want to keep this sniper here despite it being kind of sort of in the teammate's way. Because it lets me actually shoot up. Which is good. The other snipers are no longer necessary, strictly. Okay. This guy had full eco. I mean, look at this. Man straight up had upgraded mines. Like he went upgrade center heavy weapons. Like that's not a reasonable way to survive this map. No wonder we took so long to get anything done. In that mess, I sniped his, Oh, it's exposed. And down to sniper. That's 2 cores removed via sniper. Love to see it. Your minigun kill. Oh no. Alright, so given the lack of real ability to hit that place, we're gonna be getting a few of these out here. Whew. Nuking that in the oblivion. Oh my. Generally have no generally don't like this map because the front bases generally have no say in how the map goes. That's kind of sort of true. The front bases exist to be the bastion that takes the hit. But again, that comment is like saying tanks have no way of determining how the battle goes. Which is not true. They're very important. They just also aren't the ones making the decisions. The say in how they work is in the brawn of it all. How hard they punch, how hard they hold the line, how slowly they die. That is how they say and express their will into the world. More explosives. Yes! More explosives, best explosives. Favorite kind of explosives. You know what else is great at explosives? The up and coming AI competition. Starting next week, we have an AI tournament being sponsored by Kalijah Anderson, one of the longtime members of the community here, helping out with the whole with the whole making more community stuff. And with that will come a $1,000 prize pool with special focus on creativity and zany plays for the AI tournament. It'll be the biggest AI tournament so far, featuring 20 plus AIs over a 2-week period in a round robin style format. So it's going to be a great time. I am very, very much so looking forward to it. And wouldn't have it any other way. And with that, we are going to have to be winding it down today. So I will have to say, have a good night to you all. I'm keen to do a raid, but I don't really know who to raid tonight. Don't have a lot of my peoples online. I mean, Winter's online, but like doing StarCraft stuff. Caitlin's online doing StarCraft. Don't see that every day. A lot of people doing Starfield. I think we'll just call it out for the night. It has been a great night. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and we'll be back a little later. But for now, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you guys next time.